All right. Looks like we're live. What's up, everybody? What it up? Oh, wow, I'm stuttering. Must be the drink. Okay. What's up, everybody? It is the best spot, Kid Smooth, episode 8. Wow, my God, I'm looking at the view count. Episode 23, Planet Xbox podcast. Usual suspects. Shout out to Heart 8 for once again appearing, man. What's up?
Yo, what up?
And we got GMG back here. So looking forward to what you got to say today. What's up?
Yo, what's up? It's Grinds My Gears, aka Jez7780 on Twitter. What's up, everybody?
And you might see a new face here. I had the pleasure of being in another podcast with this man, Frog here. So definitely had to ask him to come on. So introduce yourself, man.
What's going on? This is Frog. I have a channel called Day One Purchase. Basically, I play stuff, tell you about it a week after if it's a day one purchase or not, and my feelings, my opinions. I play everything. I'm not kind of exclusive to one thing. I have more of a preference to one platform to another, but I was a diehard 360 gamer back in the day, but I'm here.
That's what's up. We got a couple things to talk about. We're also going to be giving away Xbox Game Pass today. I'll drop it randomly in the chat as the show goes on. So make sure you keep it locked and look out for that if you are interested in Game Pass or if you're gaming on the Xbox right here. So just to get started, curious how's everybody's doing? What y'all playing? Let's start with Heart 8, man. What you playing? I know you just I know you beat a certain game. But
yeah, I beat Cuphead already. I'm playing Gears 4 right now mostly. And LA Noir.
Oh yeah, I forgot that just came out.
Nice.
Okay. Did you play LA Noir the first time around?
Yeah, I beat it already.
Okay.
I beat it on PS3 back when it came out 6 years ago. Yeah, 2011. Yeah.
All right, and Gears, you went to the campaign or you on the multiplayer? You back on the multiplayer?
Nah, I'm on a multiplayer.
All right, question for you before we continue. When we go, everybody's asking me, when's the part 2 coming? Because I think we should do a draft.
I don't know, man. Whenever.
All right, we got to set that up. So
I've been trying to work off the rest right now, but it's it's whatever.
And Gears, man. I what you been playing, Jez?
I've been playing Call of Duty, Star Wars, and some Horizon Zero Dawn. I played a little Halo 5 too.
So you held on to that Star Wars.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, it's Star Wars, man. I this whole boycott thing, I don't know. You got to educate me on it because I'm still not seeing it.
You don't know what's going on? You don't understand pay to win?
No, I haven't really followed it. Like I haven't, and I really don't see. I haven't really followed. I just heard just the craziness going on about it, and I really just didn't look into it. But
because you ain't want to look into it because you wanted to buy the game.
Nah. I just no. Because if it was, I saw what the pay to win thing was. Like I guess it was like you unlock the characters, and you have to pay to unlock the characters because you have to accumulate the points. I still didn't get it. No, I got the Galactic Edition, so I know that there's a lot of unlocks. I definitely see a little bit of it. Like I could see where it's messed up, but yeah, it's Star Wars. I was playing it. It's pretty cool.
How are you liking the Call of Duty?
I like it. I like the Call of Duty a lot. I think it's really cool. I think, I'm like halfway through the campaign. I got like 2 more missions left. The campaign's pretty good. It's very, I think it's very just very simple. You do a mission, you do it. It's not this whole, I'm so used to the Call of Duty campaigns where it's like you're flying, you're floating in space, then you're over here, you're all over the place. And it's nice to have a campaign where you just see the map and you just see the progression of the forces just going from the beach to this to get to Paris. And it's so nice after where all the other Call of Duties jumped all over the globe, all over the universe, So it's I like the campaign and I like the multiplayer, like boots on the ground. It's great, and they brought back the visceral like the visceral feeling too, with the the limbs falling off and just the blood that gets pretty cool. Reminds me of back
Yeah,
at
it's
the.
pretty gory. This Call of Duty is
It is
pretty
pretty
gory.
gory.
Yeah,
But
nice.
they do make you fly. Just to give you a heads up, I don't know if you
Haven't got to there yet. Spoilers.
My bad, spoiler.
Damn it.
Bro, what you been playing, man?
My Xbox One X. I've been playing. I've been going back and forth between Forza 7. I'm having a great time with that game. The more I play it, the more I enjoy it. I actually like it a lot more than Gran Turismo Sport. I really do. On a PS4, I'm doing the same thing. I'm playing Call of Duty. I'm doing a little bit more multiplayer than single player, but the multiplayer is like the servers are trash, like as always. And Switch, I'm playing Mario still playing Mario.
Oh, I'm playing that too. I forgot that.
I'm still trying to get all the moons.
Yeah. What I've been playing, I went back to Cuphead recently because since Hard 8 beat it, so I was like, all right, let me get my I have to get back on my Cuphead status. But other than Cuphead, it's Assassin's Creed. I've been grinding. I'm like a level 23 in Assassin's Creed Origins right now.
Nice.
And then Call of Duty, but I stopped to play Cuphead and to play Assassin's Creed again. But the crazy thing is, I'm at the end of Call of Duty. I think I have like maybe 2 or 3 missions to go. So I'm probably going to work on that maybe after the podcast or something like that. But I've been rotating Cuphead, Assassin's Creed Origins, and Call of Duty. I want to finish Cuphead and Call of Duty first, and then I'll try to go back and forth between Assassin's Creed Origins and Super Lucky's Tales.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, I had to mute.
How you feeling about that Super Lucky Tale?
Super Lucky's Tales is cool. I like it. It's a cute game. It's a cute game, but like it's a short game, so I know I can get through it in maybe a day. So I was like, I'm gonna put this one to the side and try to bust out this Call of Duty and Cuphead and try to get through as much Assassin's Creed as possible.
Okay.
I
picked it up too.
Did you see the comparison video where they just show the Mario versus Lucky's Tails, where Mario's doing all these different moves and then Lucky just jumps and swings his tail.
I mean, it's a basic game, but it is I feel like the game is highly underrated. I mean, it's not no award-winning, AAA, but it's a fun game. I think it's underrated and underappreciated.
You said underrated. Knock it off. Will you knock it off?
I mean, have you sampled it? Have you
basic trash? It's basic bland trash.
I knew he was gonna say that. To me, the game is very to me personally, it's very mediocre. Like if this is just me, and I've been playing it. If it had came out on a 360, I compared it, I tried to put on the same level as Cameo, which a game that came out on 360. It's not even on the same level as Cameo.
Cameo was good though.
Yeah, Cameo was amazing. This game is very, to me, it's kind of like Recore. It's very generic. It was here you go, here's another game. And it's nothing against it. I just think that it came out the wrong time because Mario came out and everybody's comparing to Mario. And I think if this game had came out last year or earlier in the year, it'd have been better than coming out so close to Mario. And so now it's getting smashed because everybody's gonna make these Mario, memes and everything. But the game is, to me, it's a solid, it's a solid 6. It's not really a amazing great game, but it's not it's not something you're gonna run out there and buy. If it was $60, it'd be a crime to buy it. Being it's $29, it's a great stocking stuffer. That's what I say.
Microsoft put out this game because it was an easy game to get to 4K native. That's why.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. Mm-hmm. Totally agree.
Yeah. And also too, they always try to have a kind of a budget title for the year. Recoil was it last year? Then they did Replay. They always try to have a $30 type
Smooth.
of game.
You all right, Smooth? Or you passed out? Oh, I thought you talking about Xbox. You fall out.
He's blinded by the 4K-ness.
He done passed out. They didn't talk about Lucky Tales.
No, Lucky Tales. It is what it is. It's a game that's there, and It's like, okay,
I'm just
at least they got
amazed how
something
they
to play.
announced it at they announced it at E3 and they released it like right on time, like right when they said November 7th. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, why can't you do that with like a good game? Like, why can't you
Right.
just surprise us at E3 and drop it in November? Like, boom! Like, how can this come out of left field with Lucky's Tales and then like, right at E3 we find out about it and then November 7th it's there. Like, I'm just like, wow! Like,
What
if
are you
you
talking
do
about? I'm
that,
sorry, I missed you. My
Bro,
bad.
what's going on? Where you was at, player?
No, my freaking girl comes in the room and she randomly just takes my drink and throw it away. Like, and I'm in the middle of the drink. But here her water bottles has been on his nightstand overnight. My drink just got here like 10 minutes ago.
Hey, Smooth, when you play PUBG, Smooth?
When I play PUBG, are you questioning my vote?
I asked the question.
What?
When did you play PUBG?
I didn't play PUBG.
But you voted it as Game of the Year?
Yeah, I voted it because of all the other games I don't even think.
No, you should have just skipped the category then, player.
No, you gotta
I'm just giving my votes. Hey,
So
I skip the category if I don't play it. Yeah,
exactly. You picked
It's
PUBG because you did not want to pick Horizon.
It's an open forum. They could have disabled me from voting there.
Nah,
What kind of food is that?
Nah. You didn't want to pick Horizon, a game you actually played in the category, so you pick a game you never played.
No, I was mad. See, here's the thing. There was a couple games that should have been in that category that wasn't there for me to pick.
Like what?
Like
Halo Wars 2?
No. I mean,
oh my gosh.
Like, come on, man. Why would you come on? That's some corporate slave shit right there, dog.
A million people's about to pick Horizon Zero Dawn.
It doesn't matter. The fact that you made sure.
What does my measly vote going to do?
Nah, the fact that you made sure you picked a game that you didn't even play. You picked a game you didn't even play.
I'll play on December 12th.
Oh,
he just brought up on charges on Weapon Wheel. I'm just letting you know right now.
Does it come out on December 12th?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is it confirmed it comes out on December 12th for the Xbox One X or Xbox or whatever? Okay, so it's confirmed. Okay, preview. Okay.
I'm gonna say this for Sunday. You're getting brought up on charges for that.
I mean, I don't care. It's an open column. Like I wonder if I'm the only soul that voted for a game. That didn't play.
You're getting brought up.
No, you're not. But
you're not. But you wanted to pick claim. You claim you ain't a corporate slave, but you made sure.
I'll tell you why I did it.
Made sure you did not pick Horizon, the game you actually played and beat.
Was Aaron Greenberg in the voting booth with you?
No. See, this is what I did. If people, I know this because the thing is, you know how you have the option to share what you voted for on Twitter,
right?
So obviously,
nah.
I voted.
Okay.
I voted for because I know people get mad. So
now ain't nobody gonna get mad. You gonna get these charges though.
Yeah. See, already people already getting back on Twitter. He's back. I know exactly. See, exactly. It's happening on Twitter right now. So that's it. So
it's gonna happen.
This is too easy. I'm sorry, guys. I am so sorry, but hopefully, hopefully I didn't impact any other game's chances like Mario and Zelda and Horizon. And it'd be nice if Horizon wins, but I think one of those Nintendo games.
It'd be nice, but you ain't pick it though.
Nah, I'm one soul. There's like 600 other people that's probably gonna pick it. My vote is probably so unpopular. People aren't gonna vote for PUBG based on the game being in preview. They're not gonna do that because we're living in a time and a day. You see all these boycotts happening with games and stuff like that, and everybody's super sensitive. So you telling me a bunch of the entitled gamers gonna be like, how does PUBG get nominated for Game of the Year and it doesn't even have a review score yet? It doesn't have a release date yet. It's not even finished. So people off that aren't going to vote.
Yeah, that's why I don't understand why it's being nominated. That's my question. It's like, why is that game even being nominated?
Oh, when you got people like Smooth voting for it, then you damn sure ain't sending the right message.
That's it. Yeah, exactly.
I'm guarantee you I'm in the strong minority. Like I'm just I'm in the minority. I'm
not going to ask the obvious question. If it was not coming to Xbox, would you have voted for it?
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't. That's why you
no,
picked
you wouldn't. No way.
I voted for Overwatch last year.
What do you mean you're in the minority? In the minority of what? That's a
PUBG. What is this PUBG? What is this?
It's a very popular game. A lot of people gonna vote for it. They actually played it.
Yeah. Well, all those people on PC are gonna vote for it. And all the Xbox fans are excited for December 12th.
Would you vote for Hard 8?
the game of the year, I went with the game I actually played, Horizon Zero Dawn.
It will do good. I think it may win. It may win.
Yeah.
It may win. You know, I think I can log in
I
from
love
another
Horizon,
account.
but I didn't.
I can use my Facebook account because it connected to my Twitter account. I can use my Facebook account and vote for Horizon if I wanted to. So
yeah, I think Zelda's gonna win, but I think between Zelda and Horizon, those are the two games I played that will oh my goodness, that's something different. Like Zelda went to a completely different direction, and Horizon Zero Dawn was absolutely the world they built was amazing, with those robotic animals and
yes,
that's so unique, and that I think that's really good. But Nintendo's gonna kind of get the nostalgia thing, they're back. Yep. I think that's
and they got a safety net because they got fucking more than one game in the category.
Well, if you release good games, you get nominated for good games.
I mean, well, Sony has 2 games in the category too. They had Persona and Horizon.
Yeah, Persona. I gotta get that now. I heard that game's pretty good.
My
game of the year. Hey, Smooth. What made you keep voting for Cuphead? You don't even know how it ends. So how you know you're gonna like it when it's all
I'll
over?
find out how it ends by the time the award show takes place. So
I bet you won't.
I guarantee you. How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet?
What you want to bet?
Here he goes again. I heard the end of Weapon Wheel.
How much you want to bet?
Better Nintendo Switch.
You want me to bet Nintendo Switch? All right. So when's the Game Awards?
Don't do it.
December.
Don't do it.
Oh,
December 7th, I think.
December 7th. All right. And what do I get?
You don't get nothing.
Why? No. No, man. Come on.
Hold on. When is the awards? December 9th, I think.
The 9th? Yeah, I think the 9th.
Saturday, right?
The 9th, yes.
The 9th, yeah.
It's the 9th.
Right,
wait, no, sorry. December 7th. December 7th. December 7th.
The 7th.
Yeah, I see. December 7th.
All right, hold on. Let me just check something real quick. Go ahead. Carry on while I check something.
What are you betting now, man? You got to stay away from Lang City.
To kids' defense, I didn't beat Cuphead either, but I did vote Cuphead best independent studio.
The thing is, I'm one of
I did.
My job. I want to get beat Cuphead this month if I can. I said my time frame was to do it in March, but everybody's freaking it became the token game for everyone, and so now it's like used against me for every time somebody else beats it. So I don't know why. I can see if it was a game that I heavily promoted and bragged about, but it's not. It's one of the only Xbox games that I didn't go crazy over and anticipate or hype. I always thought it looked good, but it's the one game I don't anticipate that I'm most pressured to beat. But I'm gonna try to get it done. And like I said, I already know I'm at approaching 1,000 deaths already. But
was it frustrating? Is that why you stopped
I think I suffer from something. I don't know what it is. My patience is short. I get frustrated easily, and
that's why I didn't get it, because I
get really aggressive in ways I really shouldn't. That's why it's best that I play games when I'm by myself and nobody else is home, because it causes other issues that it doesn't need to cause. So
let me ask you a question, Smooth.
Yeah.
Do you think that because I always thought about this question, because I was asked this one time, Cuphead, do you think that if they hadn't made it, because it's 2 players, do you think if they had said, okay, well, you can play with a friend online, do you think you would have been more adept to play? Yeah, the quicker, would you have been quicker to play it with somebody online? The fact
probably I would.
Of course he would have. He got help.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he?
Yeah. I would. I honestly I would. But the thing is, thing about the multiplayer in that game, and from what I can see, and I tried playing with my girl, the enemies, they get stronger, so it requires a little bit more hits, or at least the time is extended. And then the other person isn't guaranteed the same amount of lives as you, or something like that. They get they start with
you share lives.
Oh, you talking about the deck of cards?
You don't share lives, but they don't get as many as you do. Right. And then you have the opportunity to keep your teammate alive by parrying them while their ghost is floating up, but it becomes cumbersome in the way. So it'd be harder, because when you have to follow patterns in the game, and sometimes I often wonder, okay, well, how would this work? If we're online, and you're trying to follow one pattern, and you guys have to be in sync and don't have a lag problem. That'll fuck everything up.
Oh yeah,
So it's
like,
part of being a team.
Well, they should have used those Xbox Live servers, man. Dedicated server, Cuphead.
no, I think it would just been like excessive work for them to do. Honestly, I don't see them adding it anytime soon. They'll make Mugman playable before they do the online co-op.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because I thought they were going to announce something because they said that they will look into it, seeing how it sells and stuff, like to do the co-op. But yeah, I guess they didn't announce it yet. So, yeah.
So
I love Cuphead just because of that art style. I think that's what makes the game good to me.
Yeah, you never
that
get to see the art style. I think it's a dope art style, and that's why I really want to like fully experience it and get to the bottom of it. And like I said, I've been going back, and it's been helping because every time I've gone back, I've got through a boss or some of the stages. I just unlocked a few achievements. I forgot because I lose track of like that. There's those run and gun missions, and there's those those random ghost missions and stuff like that. And then there's shortcuts you can take through like the map to unlock different.
And it got nominated for best art style, and
it got nominated for best debut indie, best indie, and best art direction.
I think it was like
sound.
four categories. Yeah,
like
it
got a couple of nominations. I think Cuphead is I guess the only Xbox games that got multiple nominations. I think Halo Wars only got nominated for the category that it's in.
Strategy.
Same thing with Forza. Right. The same thing.
Forza got put with the sports games because they do sports.
The last Forza game lost to was it Rocket League?
Yeah, Rocket
League. God. Yeah, which I don't kind of feel that's fair. It should have been put in sports. I understand why they did it, but I think they should have said, okay, racing, and then here's your sports.
Yeah, there's enough racing games this year.
Exactly.
That they should have had a thing. They had Project Cars, GT Sport, Need for Speed, which that game I didn't play it, but
I like it. Now I canceled my Star Wars Battlefront II. I might put it towards there, but maybe I was teased during the EA Access trial. EA is really really putting it out there that they really want your money, man. The $60, $70, $80 purchases isn't enough. So
for the trial for Battlefront, did they allow you to play through the campafield or like
no, otherwise I would have beat it. They only let you play 3 missions.
Yeah. They did the same thing with Hardline, like Battlefield Hardline. Yeah, if the game can be beat in like less than 6 hours, they're not giving you the whole campaign access. They're not. So. Yeah, because they should, and they always had a fighting game category, right, for the Game Awards, because that's a big one this year too. A lot of fighting games.
Oh yeah, a lot of fighting games.
Yeah. So I think they should have separated out racing and sports games. But the problem with the sports games, year,
though, that's the thing. The sports games there's not really a sports game worthy enough to win an award.
That's I think the thing is because you have to like the sport. Like they all reflect the simulation sports really accurately, and it's kind of well, what's your favorite sport? Probably football will win all the time, or maybe basketball. Right, hockey's never gonna win, or.
And I don't like how they honestly, I'm looking at these nominations, and when you look at the sports game, I don't like how they treated NBA Live by not nominated. I think NBA Live 18 was a better basketball game than 2K this year, and they didn't even nominated. That's actually highly unfair. Hell, Madden didn't even get nominated this year. But NBA Live should have took that nomination over 2K. So
if we're talking about the best sports game year round, as far as sports game, we're just taking racing out of it. I mean, MLB The Show is probably one of the best sports games out there.
That wasn't nominated.
And that wasn't nominated, right? That wasn't nominated. So
that is simulation. That's amazing. That game.
Yeah, that game is amazing.
They put an arcade mode in this year, which was pretty cool. I played it. They had even the pixelated graphics you could have to try to get an arcade feeling. But that game is incredible for a sports game. Because
I agree with you. I think they shouldn't have put Forza or a GT Sport or Project Cars. They shouldn't have put those in that. I don't even know if Project Cars in that category, but racing games should have. Racing game should have had its own category
and a bunch of sports games.
Right, because I think the Crew 2 is still coming out this year, if I'm not mistaken. Which
No, that's early next year. That's like
okay.
March.
Did it get delayed? Okay.
They had even the Formula One racing. I haven't played that, but that came out. That had a good following. The Formula One,
right?
And I saw a NASCAR game came out. Like, there's enough racing games to fill up a category.
Exactly, I totally agree.
Yeah. And the sports games, like, I don't know. Like, maybe you don't do a sports game. Like, nobody really cares. Like, what's the best sports game? You can't, like, they're all different sports. Like, if you had competition between the sports, like NBA Live and 2K, maybe you can have, like, which one's the best. But when you have all like 4 different sports, it's like the most popular sports can get voted.
Of course. So 2K will probably win it hands down.
Very much.
Just because.
Yeah, I got rid of that game real quick. I don't know what it was, man. They would see my ranking over them, and nobody wanted to play with me. I would line up, man, to play, and everybody like would step off the circles. I'm like, what the fuck?
Wait, are you a high ranking or?
No, I wasn't. I just wanted to play. I couldn't rank up, but nobody wanted to play. I would line up, man. I'll be, hey, like,
what's your character look like?
Yeah, I know. I was like this 7 foot like tall white guy. I was like, no one else about
Yeah, they weren't throwing no alleys. So.
No way, man. They're like, look at that guy. He could probably win the tip off, and that's about it.
I'm trying to see. So if you guys had to guess though, what do you think is actually going to take some of these awards? Like the 3. What are the 3 awards that you're looking forward to? Like game of the year. Mine's is game of the year, most anticipated, and like best. Is it the best? Best
there's the most anticipated. I don't know. Like the best multiplayer one, Destiny's probably gonna win.
You think?
Yeah,
it's nominated for a lot.
Destiny's gonna win it.
Destiny 2, man. It's nominated a lot, and they kind of fixed the stuff of Destiny 1, so they're gonna, appreciate that. The game I'm really, really rooting for is Hellblade, because that game was absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, same here.
Sound design, the actress, best performance. She was on there, like nominated for the actress. Like her emotion and stuff. Like she physically acted the whole thing. It was crazy. And that game, like that. After I beat that game, that was sort of like I had to like just like get a beer and just like chill, because it was totally just whack.
Right.
That game. But that I'm really rooting for that one. That had amazing sound design, and the acting and just the story was a very mature setting, but it was really good. So I'm really rooting for that game to win a lot, because that was a great game.
I agree with you.
Game of the year, it's like we'll see. I think the Zelda gonna take it. I think the Zelda and Mario are gonna kind of take a lot of the wins, and I think Destiny 2 is going to get a lot of the multiplayer, kind of the multi-plat game that's going to win a lot is the Destiny 2.
Yeah. I'm kind of interested to see who's going to win best ongoing game, because I think there's a lot of good nominees on that list. I mean, you got Rainbow Six Siege and Overwatch, Warframe. Right.
That's a real cool category.
So I think that's going to be interesting. And I kind of agree with you. I'm the same with you. I want to see what's the most anticipated game, because I know mine is definitely on that list. It's without a doubt in my mind, it's definitely going to be The Last of Us 2. There's a lot of good games on there, but The Last of Us 2 is like.
But I think Last of Us 2 is going to be nominated like the next 2-3 years though.
Once they put that game in the store and they say you can pre-order it, I'm going to pay for it. It's going to be sitting there. I'm waiting, because between that, and then God of War and Spider-Man next year, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a lot of freaking shit.
I'll tell you this thing, because I know this thing always seems to be populated with PlayStation exclusives. I mean, fair enough, but I'm the game that I'm most anticipating. I'm surprised Days Gone is not on that list. That would have been a game I would have voted for.
Yeah.
So by default, I voted for God of War, because that's like Days Gone and God of War is like the games I'm really looking forward to on for PlayStation 4 next year. Hopefully, Days Gone is still in the 2018 anticipation date.
Yeah, I hope so.
Spider-Man, I know everybody's high on Spider-Man like that. I'm not. I haven't been a big fan of Spider-Man, especially Spider-Man games. I love Insomniac, but every time they show Spider-Man, it looks good as hell. I mean, the action looks good, but I feel like it's going to be really a controlled environment type of experience, because every fight that you come across, it seems like there's some sort of like QTE type of battle.
No, it isn't.
Slows
said
up.
it's open world.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
No, I mean, we
The
can't.
QTE is only on the big set pieces, not the actual fighting.
Right.
That's all. But that's all I've
Right.
been
That's
shown.
what I see.
Yeah,
That's the thing. I'm only going based off what I've shown.
There's no way you would be able to do those big set pieces by yourself. It has to be in a QTE form. But other than that, when they show actual gameplay and you fighting, it was no QTE. So stop it.
No, I fear that they have a lot of those set pieces.
Nah, you're looking for a reason.
I'm not looking for a reason.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Why would I look for a reason?
Did you see the actual gameplay where they showed actual like him fighting with just regular enemies and stuff like that?
Yeah, it looks a little bit like Batman. Like how you purchase the scene. Like,
it was more than just set pieces.
Oh yeah. It's cool that stuff's in there, but that's not the game. And they did say it's open world, that with physics swinging.
Yeah, and they said don't worry about the QTEs either.
And they keep showing them.
It reminds me of a deeper version of like the infamous Second Son. I think it's going to be like that big open world like that, but the mission basically it's going to be really deep, and that's what I get from. I'm like, okay, this is kind of like a Spider-Man infamous Second Son kind of feel. Yep. But because it's Spider-Man, I think they're going to go. The mission approach is going to be different. But I agree with Hard 8. Like I think the big set pieces are going to be the QTEs, and that's going to be it.
Well, we'll see. Hopefully, my predictions are right on the dates that they're coming, because I'm expecting Spider-Man sometime, and I'm expecting Spider-Man. I think I said June or July. I expect God of War in March, and
yeah, I agree.
I want Days Gone. Like I hope Days Gone will come in 2018, but I think that could be maybe a game that comes out just before like the fall breaks in. So time between August and I think it's August and September, maybe.
Did they say that God of War is coming early next year, or is it just coming next year?
It's coming. They already showing commercials for it. It'd be a shock if it didn't come. Within the first 3 months of 2018.
Early. Just stay away from Red Dead Redemption 2. Everybody, stay away. Because you don't want to release that.
The game looks like it's going to be amazing.
Well, no, stay away from it. Don't release your game.
Oh, you're talking about as far as launching your game around that time frame. I get you. Yeah,
exactly. That's what I mean. Like, stay away. Like, don't if don't release.
When's Red Dead supposed to come? I think Red Dead's going to get it's summer 2018. Honestly.
May. I think May.
All right, that means it's like
they usually own May.
I feel sorry for any game that comes out in May because it's going to get smashed.
Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves actually, I don't. Sea of Thieves, I think is going to face. It has a better chance of facing off with God of War than it does facing off with Red Dead. I think Sea of Thieves is coming in March as well.
Shoot, it better come out for $29.
You said Sea of Thieves got a better chance. What?
Not. I'm talking about. No. You heard that wrong. No, you heard it wrong. I'm talking about release, like when it releases. I feel like it's going to release closer to God of War than it releasing closer to Red Dead. I think Red Dead is more closer to the summer, but I don't see Sea of Thieves launching past February or March, and they need to hurry up and announce the.
Oh, they got to announce a release date, man. I think that game is going to be like trickling out. Like they're just going to be like, oh, we're gonna, because they added the little individual boats and like they're adding still game stuff to it. It's so strange. Again, I have to say, I say it every week. They got to say what the hell the model of that game is. Is it a $60 retail? Is it $20? Is it?
I don't think it's $20. I think it either needs to be. Sea of Thieves either needs to be a free to play, or it needs to be a $59.99 game.
Hey, Smooth, what is your actual topics though? I feel like we just all over the place right now.
That's the beauty of it. No, the topics were the.
We're talking about anticipating.
There's no structure. There's no order.
Talking about Sea of Thieves, like what the hell are we talking about?
Sea of Thieves just happened to come into the conversation because I feel like that's the most complete game that's coming out on Xbox next year. That's because I think Sea of Thieves would be the first one to arrive before State of Decay and Crackdown. I mean, Crackdown's MIA.
I think we get a release dates for for those games, and Phil says he cancels Crackdown. I think that's the early next year announcements.
Man, you are the bearer of bad news, aren't you?
Man, that Crackdown. Why is State of Decay delayed, man? Like, what is up with that game? Like, that game should be out. Like, what the hell? Why was that delayed? I have no clue.
Hold on. Did you ask him why was Crackdown delayed?
No, not Crackdown. That's a piece of shit. I mean, State of Decay 2. State of Decay 2 just sort of like just slipped into the spring with no kind of rhyme or reason to it.
I mean,
And we still haven't seen anybody.
Yeah, I don't think it was ready.
Yeah,
But
none of the
nobody's
games
nobody's
that were
playing
slated
them.
for 2017 was actually ready. You know, it's I don't know, man. It's crazy. Imagine if all those games did come out in 2017, then what would 2018 look like?
It would look like 2017, basically.
Halo 6.
I mean,
well, you think Halo's coming next year? Halo 6? If they have another holiday without a Halo Gears, I don't know, man.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
No, I think that I think we're looking at 2019. Whenever Last of Us 2 comes out, I think that's when they're going to position Halo to come out.
I think
I think.
they'll go another year without Halo and Gears. I think what they'll do is they're gonna ride a lot on Anthem. Hopefully, Anthem is still slated for 2018.
Oh, it's a multi-plat.
Yeah, but it's so I think so what? It's gonna be the game they ride.
Riding on multiplats don't help them. It ain't help them in the past.
You can't ride a multi-plat.
Well, you can.
It ain't helped before. Did it help with Tomb Raider? Did it help with Dead Rising 4?
But that's not even an exclusive, a time exclusive.
Are we gonna forget, like, as if Microsoft never paired up with like a big multi-platform game?
But Anthem is not a time exclusive like Tomb Raider was. That's just day and date. They can't just put their Xbox logo next to it and say, "Here's our spring showcase."
No, it's just gonna be their big game for the fall. I think all their other games are gonna. I think they're probably gonna have like one game in the holiday season, but Anthem is what they're riding on. I think all the other games is gonna come out throughout spring and summer.
Do you think they're gonna position Anthem?
Because it's gonna be the biggest. It's gonna be the biggest game of.
And the best version gonna be on PC. So why would they even do that?
I mean, why did they do that with Call of Duty for so many years before PlayStation took it? Why did they do it with Shadow of War? Why are they?
No, but they wrote Call of Duty.
Why did they do that with The Witcher?
Halo and Gears of War right next to Call of Duty with getting the time exclusive back then.
None of that should help though.
Yeah, I think exclusives, man. We can't be riding Anthem. Get the hell out. That's on every.
I think what Kids Movie saying is going to do is like Anthem's going to come out.
It's not saying that it's going to be successful or anything, but that's what I mean. I'm surprised that you think it's far fetched that they won't do that.
I mean, we already know they're going to use it as a marketing deal, but what is it going to help at the end of the day?
Yeah, they need to. They can't say like, "Oh, we're not going to put out Halo because we're writing Anthem into the holiday." That's
well, they won't put out a game that month. Like a game, if Anthem's coming out in November, I don't expect an Xbox exclusive out in November. They're going to put their games out between, like I said, the spring and the summer. Their last game that's going to release is going to be sometime maybe September, if anything October, and that's going to be like a Forza title maybe. But I think Anthem is the game they're going to be doing their advertising with around the holiday season next year.
They always had a big holiday game,
right?
And this is the year they did. They didn't have it this year. That's the big shock. But they always had one, and they released it either in November or they released it in October.
Well, this year it was supposed to be Crackdown, and it wasn't.
It was supposed to be. Yeah, it's supposed to be Crackdown.
So next year they need one of those games, either Crackdown or they do Halo 6.
Crackdown. I better not see Crackdown in nowhere near October, November.
Well, that's the only one that's probably slated for that time. It's not coming out in the early.
I don't know. Crackdown, I think it's coming out late next year.
Well, your multiplayer is just coming out. Who the hell knows? I can see that game just getting nixed.
I don't think it'll get nixed. I think it'll come out in bits and pieces. I think they'll say, okay, here's a single player, and then multiplayer.
That's the reason why they delayed it.
That's why they delayed it. Yeah, they were gonna. They were gonna do that because they were putting it. Two separate studios are working on the.
Jeez Louise.
So, did you got any topics, Smooth? We didn't have this conversation a million times already.
I think he was talking about the Game of the Year awards. I think that's where he started.
Yeah, that's what.
I mean, we didn't speculate when this game gonna come out, when that game gonna come out.
Enjoying the conversation. Matter of fact, I got a question for you. Since what are your guys' thoughts on the fake EA employee?
It's the internet. What the fuck?
The guy receiving the death threats. Remember, like the guy. What's his name?
I saw his tweet. He's not a real employee.
No, it's a troll. It was a troll.
No,
yeah.
Whatever. Move on.
If it was real, it was horrible. But other than that, yeah, the fact that he's fake, that's trash. Yeah,
it's a troll. It's the internet. I ain't surprised.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Man,
and I wouldn't be surprised if it was true either. So either way.
And
Crazy.
Hardy, there was a podcast where and I think maybe even a video you had, maybe a live stream. I don't know if you clarified this at all. Where somebody asked you if you would be purchasing Battlefront 2.
No, I didn't buy it.
All right, and now can I get your thoughts on why won't you be participating in this year's game? And what do they have to do for you to actually buy it, or how will we catch you playing this game?
Battlefront 2?
Yeah.
I've been playing it on the EA Access, but that's about as far as it's going to go until things change and the people happy. Until the people happy, I'm riding with the folks. I'm riding with the gamers.
Fair enough. I caught one of your
They're making changes now, though. It's supposed to be more changes coming. So once they meet our demands, then I'll play it.
That's what's up.
They dropped the price of the of like Luke or something like that to buy them.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
Yeah. So what is it? Is it the that you have to pay to unlock them, and then you have to earn points in the game to use them?
It takes a long time to unlock them on your own, and people that can pay can just get them quickly.
How many hours did they tweet out? And then the cost to unlock everything was like $2,100.
So right now, if you want to get everything in the game by playing without spending your own money, it takes like 4,000 hours or something like that.
Oh my god!
And if you want to buy everything in the game, it takes $2,100, something like that.
That's ridiculous.
You get money by playing the game. Like
there wasn't another game that came out earlier in the year that came out like that, and it was like if you wanted to get everything in it, it would take X amount of hours. I think they calculated it.
You know what they did? They still give you
ridiculous.
Heroes to use. You still could use heroes, but if you want specific heroes like Luke or Yoda and stuff.
The most popular ones.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. The ones that you do want, you'll have to earn them. And now they dropped them down. I think Luke is like 15,000 credits.
Still take a long time.
It still takes a long time because I played about 2 or 3 games and I got about 4,000 credits. And you get them by unlocking loot boxes. So when you unlock a loot box, you'll get money and credits. The stuff that I have a problem with that I'm seeing is the that they have perks. So they sort of treat the heroes as a hero shooter, basically. So when you unlock Luke or unlock the heroes, they actually have levels of like kind of boosts, and each of those boosts go from a maximum purple, like the highest, like 30% like field effect, and that goes like 20, 10, and 5. So like if you open a loot box, you might get a purple kind of a 30% range of like one of your effects. And I see that once you get the purples, like you could kind of max out your guy with 3 high level perks. And so like one of the guys has like a shout where you could shout and you could give boost to all the guys around you. Well, I got the purple where he actually could do like his radius now is 30 meters around him, so he has a bigger radius. But you could have 20 meters, 10 meters, and 5. So I see a problem with that where you could just max out these guys, and you could run around with Luke when you get him all over the map for a while. And I've seen that so far already.
So let me ask this question. Is it kind of like the game For Honor? Like, I think that's what people were saying in the chat. It's kind of like For Honor?
Yeah, like that. But I think
no.
Yeah, like you could unlock loot boxes and you get kind of no, but see, For Honor, you'll get kind of like boosts for your equipment. Yeah, that's what it's like. So you'll get boosts for your guys' like abilities. So it has like you could do different abilities, but like the 3 abilities will get kind of boosts for them. And it is definitely more of like a hero shooter. They try to throw in some hero shooter elements, like hero elements, like from For Honor and like Overwatch, but they're not aesthetics. They're not just for view. It's actually boosts for you guys. So think perks, like Call of Duty perks. Now the perks have kind of like you have a rare perk and you have a common perk. But I would like if they were kind of like had have expiration on them. Like you can only activate it for 3 matches and then you lose it and you need to get it again. It doesn't look like that. It looks like once you get it, you have a purple, like that's maxed out for that ability. And you could just keep it on your guy for as long as you want.
And I pre-ordered like the $80 version.
It gives you such an advantage. It does. Like you get
so
all
what
purple.
I did was like Well, I was just sitting back. I played the EA Access trial. I didn't touch multiplayer. I did the campaign. I was like, all right, I'm gonna finish it when the game comes out. But the reports came out, and then the fact that they tried to finesse the review codes by making it cheaper for the reviewers, and then when the retail version came out, having the price hiked up. I think that was all right. That was a strike. And then the reports of how much it would take to even unlock everything was just like, I feel like, man, they really intended for this game to be a cash grab, because you think about it, the campaign was one of the main reasons why I was excited for this game. I was gonna jump into the multiplayer regardless, but I really wanted to dive into the campaign. But you look at it, it's like 4 or 5 hours, right? And after you get that, so what are you left to do? You're left to do the multiplayer, and then when there's going to be people that have the bread, that got the money to get those crates to apply those perks, and really kind of just the beast to buy their way through the game. And isn't there a perk where you could I think you apply like one, double the damage, and then you can like keep like your health like I think you don't lose health. There was like 2 perks that was like, man, if you combo
like the Boba Fett one, it's for the heroes. Yeah, for the heroes. So like if Boba Fett could fly, it's like you could get a card that says he doesn't take damage while he's flying.
Now crazy.
That card
that's ridiculous.
Has 5 different levels. So it has like a common, a middle one, like an orange, typical like Borderlands, typical like loot type thing, and purple's the rare one. The problem that I have it up right here. Like the problem that I have is that once you unlock that card for that high level, it doesn't look like see, they kind of balance it out when they do the card systems in the sports games, like the MUT and the FUT, whatever the hell, the FIFA ones, the Ultimate Teams, where you could get a guy, but like he only could play a certain number of games, and then you got to kind of renew his contract. It would have been cool if the cards kind of went away, so the person would not have advantage all the time. But it looks like once you get that card, you could just activate it on your guy, and it's on. And basically what happens is now he becomes almost like a score streak. So when you're playing your game, you accumulate points, and then when you unlock, you could spawn as Luke. He'll have all the abilities like maxed out if you put him on there, and you could run around as Luke probably definitely much longer than somebody who doesn't have those abilities. That's so crazy. I definitely think the hero fighting, like if you do the multiplayer kind of 4-on-4 hero fighting, if you're going against guys with all boosts, that's going to be boring as hell. But I do find that if it's so chaotic and so crazy, it's not like a Call of Duty where aim down sights like who's going to get the bigger hit, the one with the percentage is going to win. But it's not like that because there's so much going on. But you definitely could see somebody could definitely abuse the system in multiplayer. They could max out sort of like a Luke and just run around probably for like 10 minutes of running around as Luke Skywalker killing everybody. So I definitely could see people abusing it.
That doesn't sound like something I'm interested in. That sounds like something in after a while you would just find yourself you'll feel cheated. Because I know when I played a little bit for Honor, I felt cheated.
Just based off of my enjoyment of the first one. So it's like, Battlefront 2 is definitely a must. I know they're going to improve some things, but it sucks the way that this is going down.
They improved a lot though. Like the multiplayer is fun, and like they made it sort of like almost like a mini movie. Like each of like the now Galactic Assault is not just moving your guy. You actually have to like capture the points, then you take the walker, and then you can move the walker in, and then you go into the base. Like it's almost like different levels. It's pretty cool. They definitely fixed that part of it. But let me look at the collection.
And why you do that?
I think regardless. I agree with you. I think regardless, just a quick thing. This game is gonna sell because there's a movie coming out at the end of this year, right? If I'm not wrong. That movie, even if it's not associated, people are gonna associate the game with the movie. And casual people who are playing games, little Johnny is gonna get his mom or his dad to go in there and buy it, and they don't know anything about games, so they're just gonna buy it for him. And the game is gonna probably do decent enough, just because the casual people, like the people who understand and read the internet and understand what's going on wrong. Of course, they're not going to buy it. They're going to say, screw it. But casual people are going to buy it.
And the fact that the game is getting all this publicity and is people's talking about it. You know how they say all publicity is good publicity. That's probably going to have an impact. And it may even sell based off that it's trending. Stuff is trending on Twitter. It's like it's in the news or it's people are talking about it. And that may have an impact. It may it may not have like the greatest impact from a consumer standpoint, but it will sell. I mean, I thought all along that it was going to be like the best selling shooter this year.
They might change it, but hey, I'm looking at like Darth Maul. Like if like one of his abilities are basically he throws his lightsaber, he does a chokehold, and he does a spin attack. Those are like his 3 abilities. So think like hero shooter type thing. You got 3 abilities. So he has boost cards. Now these are the things that you unlock, or you could I don't know if you could craft them, but you can unlock them. So his throw now, his ability has a 20% gray, 30% green, 40% blue, and then the rare is 50%. So his range of the lightning, if you get the purple one, he has a 50% longer throw of his lightsaber, and you could equip that boost on him, and you could have up to 3 boosts on him. So you could have him having like a 50% longer range. You could have him have what else? You could have him have like 100% throwing strength. That's like the max that you could do. It's 180, 60, and 40. So if you get purples, man, you could really like abuse these characters. Like put them as 3 abilities maxed out to the purple. Once you spawn Darth Maul, it's like game over. Like that guy's gonna probably run around killing people if he knows how to use them for like the entire match.
Wow!
Right. Just a brief intermission. I want to give a shout out to 10th Gen for the donation. Says he likes the chill style, keep it up. And also, I did say I was going to give out a free Xbox Game Pass code for 1 month for Xbox if anybody's interested. The code is incoming right about now. So you're going to see this random long ass code that is Xbox Game Pass. So for those who are good with the keyboard skills and copy and pasting and whatnot, there you go. That is your free code. Thank you guys for tuning in and joining us for episode 23 of Playing Xbox. So stay tuned for every episode. I'll try to have something to hand out. So carry on, guys.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Our chat has like gone off the deep end. Everybody's fighting in the chat room.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully that code broke that up a little bit.
It seems like everybody wants to talk about this Xbox One X versus PS4 Pro. Man. That's what everybody's talking about.
Hey, all right. So let's just.
Well, Smooth did go on a tirade, man. I saw him.
I'm not gonna go on a tirade. I'm just taking things as they come. But let's talk about the Xbox One X for a little bit. It's out. It's the new kid on the block. You know, busting through doors and making his presence felt. Jazz, you still didn't get one?
No, I didn't get
one. God
one.
bless you, man.
I know.
I really holding out.
Yeah, like I had it. Like Anchorman got it. Shout out to Anchorman. He got it. I was in a chat with him, and he's like, "Yo, you got to get it. You got to get it." I called up GameStop. I said, they have one. Like a lot of the GameStops had one, and then I'm just sitting there going, I can't do it right now because they're doing that trade-in where you can trade in your. I have a 500 gigabyte Xbox One S. Like that's the last one I have left because I traded the other ones, and then they wanted to give me I believe it was $150 for it. And I was like, wow, for the 500 gig, because that thing was like $75. So it was a promotion. And I just wanted to get it just to get rid of my S because I realized it's just going to get worse and worse, and seeing like 800p, and it's just going to get bad. The S is it's going to be the X puts Xbox in the conversation now where it should have been with the PlayStation. The S now has to go. So I want to get rid of it. But I'm just like, I want to see the games. I got to keep my ground. And I was like, I need to see the dedication for Phil saying he's buying studios, buying games. I want to see the deals. So I want to see what they're bringing. I don't want to hear about you could play on PC, you could play on mobile phones. I don't want to hear that shit. I want to hear about what he's doing for the Xbox console. Until I'm satisfied, then I'll give him money and buy his console.
So you're boycotting the Xbox One X?
Sort of.
The hell are you doing on the show?
Because I have everything Xbox. I can tell you the whole story of Xbox, and I've had everything Xbox. It's just E3 was kind of the turning point where I'm just waiting. I want to see his games. I want to see what he's doing now because I'm not feeling super confident.
But what if all these games that you do end up liking that they end up revealing, they getting release dates and
go get it.
What if they all appear on the PC? which is
No,
likely to
it
happen.
doesn't matter. I know it's
Ooh.
all going to be on PC though. Like I have a gaming PC. I know they're going to be there. I probably get the X. It really depends. I want to see. I know it's not going to happen. I want to see the 360 of old. I want to see the hungry Xbox that scoops up those games. Like I want to see the Phil that signed that Tomb Raider deal, the guy that picked.
No, you want
Titanfall.
Don Matrick, baby.
Well, bring back the Don, because I want to see who signed that Titanfall 1 deal, who signed that Tomb Raider deal, who signed that Sunset Overdrive, who found those games and said I want those on my platform. Where's that person? Because I want that person back. Because I don't like what's going on right now.
You want Don?
Well, if that's
Matrick.
the case, no, go ahead.
Yeah, he wants Don Matrick. That's all.
I was gonna say if that's the case, we just need to bring back Peter Moore because Peter Moore was
the best. He was
doing a phenomenal job. With the original, coming from an original Xbox, you had Jay Allard, Peter Moore, and all these guys coming to 360. Phenomenal job. I mean, when you look at and I own all the platforms, and I can say, when I think it was Phil Spencer just said that he puts the Xbox One X in its own category, and the PS4 Pro he compares it to the S, and I think he's an idiot for saying that.
Yes.
Well, why?
Well, here's the reason why. This is the reason why, because I have an Xbox One X, I have a PS4 Pro. I have games on both of them. I even have some of the same games. Prime example, I have Fallout 4. I can say it's probably not the best optimized game, but when I look at the Xbox One X version compared to the PS4, there's not a huge difference. There's really not. And then just for me, on the Xbox One X, some of the games I'm playing that are first party exclusive look amazing, but it's the third party games I'm kind of like, there's parity. It's the same game. Like there's really not a huge difference enough. Like it's kind of like if you were a guy who said, okay, I have a 360 or a PS3, what am I gonna get? If you had to go for an X or or a Pro, it's kind of like, well, go where your friends in the market is. But there again, it's like I can't really say either system. Like my personal opinion is both the X and the Pro should have been the consoles we got at the start of this generation 4 years ago. That's just me. I think the consoles, when the original PS4 vanilla and original Xbox One X came out, they were very underpowered at the start of this generation. Like we should have had the power that the X and the Pro have now at the start of this generation, because I think our games would have looked drastically different. I think 4K should have been the standard at the beginning of the generation, and it wasn't. It's kind of like if you realize every generation had something to give to the next generation. With the PlayStation 1, it was CDs. PlayStation 2 was DVDs. PlayStation 3 was Blu-rays. And I'm just saying Sony because I'm just talking about innovation, right? So it's kind of like this generation, it should have been the standard in both systems should have been 4K Blu-ray players and 4K.
Nah.
That's just me.
Wasn't ready.
It wasn't.
I agree with you.
You can look back then, but you got to look. People going
crazy.
crazy.
Like one 4K TV on the market when these consoles were.
I agree with you. Maybe 4K wasn't ready, but
how much was that shit?
It was nowhere near ready.
Like for like a 40-inch.
I totally agree, but I just think that like for some reason I'm like, when I look back at the 360. HD wasn't really ready because think about it. The first original 360 didn't ship with an HDMI little port on the back, and so Microsoft had to go and revise their system and do that.
But it still had components.
They had components. So, but HDMI versus component is a big difference.
Yeah, but HDMI wasn't popping back then either. That's why those components there were HD components before HDMI came into the picture.
Right, but HDMI became the standard. I can see what y'all are saying, but I kind of look at the power of these consoles, and I think the biggest problem is, and a lot of people are not realizing it, we stayed in the last generation so long that by the time these consoles came out, 4 years, they were outdated because when the PS3 and 360 came out, they were doing stuff, and when you compared to like the PCs of that time, they were doing games, almost on parity to the level of PC in a sense. Only
for a small window.
Right, for a small but I'm saying like when these consoles came out, like there were PCs that were freaking way like 4 years ago. There were PCs that were killing the original PS4 and original Xbox One, killing them. So I just kind of
ain't never gonna be on par with PC ever.
No, I don't think they will ever again. They're not ever again.
Nah.
Well, I think like him saying that the X is in a different realm than the Pro. The Pro really the Xbox One S is underpowered. It's been that way since they announced the RAM
Right.
that they were using back when then. I played that Albert Pinello video a few weeks ago where he was sort of like, it's not about the power. We're going to use the ES RAM and all this other stuff. And it kind of was a bunch of bullshit because ES RAM wound up being the Achilles heel of the Xbox that they got rid of it with the X. So I kind of sat through that stuff and I lived through that whole Xbox One fiasco. And I was like, I supported them. I trusted them on this stuff. They canceled Connect. Now Connect's dead. The ESRAM was trash. They can never hit that 1080p. As much as they talked about the cloud, as much as they talked about DirectX 12, that's they did all this stuff. Nothing made it be equivalent in power to the PlayStation Slim or just the PlayStation. They can never really hit the 1080p consistently, and it was underpowered. And the problem is that console still exists. They still have the S on shelves, and their narrative with this X is like, you are killing your Xbox with every single resolution thing that you're celebrating because the S is running it the worst. And that's the thing, man. They made a mistake by having this as the same family. They should have said the X is on next gen. Let's move on. Backwards compatibility works, but we're gonna have games just made for the X and go on. I don't know what this whole S being part of the family. I think it's gonna hurt it, especially when they announce the next PlayStation because they're
I
gonna
think
slow
Microsoft should have just moved on. They should have
Yeah,
just moved on.
exactly.
Yeah, I think they should announce a whole new generation.
Nintendo moved on after 4 years. They could have moved on after 4 years. The Xbox One and the 360, the original Xbox and the 360 was 4 years apart. They could have did it.
Yep.
Yeah,
they should
I totally agree.
Would have won, and they could keep the backwards compatibility. That's fine, but don't make it where you're still in the same family and all that other stuff because that's gonna hurt it in the next coming years. Because you want to have games with that power, and that's the problem I have with it is that it's gonna be tied with that power, that scalability. Like you see with the multiplats, it's not gonna be that much. It
Nope.
can't vary that much. They have to have it running on the S.
Yeah.
So they're not gonna like just balls to the wall, just blow up like, hey, full 6 teraflops uncompressed, like what you could do with a PC with 6 teraflops, where you could put all the GPU power in textures. You can put it anywhere you want. And
I agree with you. We're just gonna get parity on mostly everything third party. First party is
that's
where
why
you
you
see a
need the
difference.
first party, exactly.
Right.
And see if coming out saying that they're native 4K. That's great. Where the hell's the release date? Where the hell's your pricing structure? Like, I think they're getting this 4K. This 4K thing is just, you can't chase resolution because you're always going to lose. As soon as you're hitting 4K, here comes fucking 8K. 8K is going to be in January, like at CES.
Yeah, but
fucking 8K.
it's 8K gonna be standardized in January. Like
No, but they're gonna.
no.
But look how 4K was. How that's just slipped in when we were all happy with 1080p.
yeah, but
And
we're all now just buying into 4K. I mean, there's some of
Yeah.
us enthusiasts who's gotten it like Hard 8, who's been into it like
and you'll pick up 4K as 8K gets into Best Buy. That's how it works. It always does. Look at the pixel chasing with cameras. Like, you bought a 2 megapixel camera, the 3 megapixel came out the next
We
day.
ain't nowhere near ready for 8K.
No, we're not ready for. I totally agree
but
with
the thing
that.
is
We're
that
not.
you can never win by chasing resolution. It has to be about the games. It cannot be about the resolution because you're never going to win. Technology, hardware always is going to beat out the software.
Mm-hmm.
It moves too fast. Hardware moves too fast. They're making graphics cards faster than they can make games that even use them. That's why PC gamers love it, because you buy the newest graphics card, the next 3 years a game is not going to challenge that card. In the next couple of years, you kind of future-proof yourself. And also, too, the gaming, with PC gamers, they always wait for that game that kind of maxes out their card to say, I'm going to buy a new one. So it's the software has to catch up to the hardware.
I think they're fine, bro. I think they're fine.
I'm not saying you need to wait to 8K. Waiting, you're never going to do anything. But it's just they keep throwing out this 4K, and it's just like, I want to see more game talk. I want to see about more game features. I want to see more about Xbox Live features and what the new things they're doing. Sort of the stuff they did with Titanfall, like when they're like, the cloud, the AI is controlled by the cloud and all this other. Like, that's cool, neat stuff. We benefit from that as gamers. We don't benefit when they say 4K, unless you have a 4K TV, and then then it's great. But I want to hear about more game stuff. Too much technology, too much like your computer mumbo jumbo is getting thrown around in the console space, and I don't know if that's what they intended, but it's ridiculous. Too much mumbo jumbo computer stuff. You're gonna win by numbers are always going to, seem like, oh, it's 20. Even the resolutions that Digital Foundry are announcing, like, I don't know what the fuck they are. They're like,
dude, do you remember how big it
1800,
was when Facebook came to
1642.
Xbox 360? Come on, it's always mumbo jumbo.
Yeah, but do you see? But the resolutions they're talking about now, Digital Foundry, are like, it doesn't make sense. They're like 1400. There's the 1822. It's like a 16. They're all over the place.
They're not even like 1440p anymore. They're like, oh, we got a 1469 game. I'm like, really? Like, what's the point? I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it's just crazy resolution now. It's like And all Microsoft did was talk about teraflops and all these other number things, and that's nice. It's like me telling you why you should buy an i7 over an i5. That's entertainment. The i7 you should buy because it has the hyper-threading, and the i5 doesn't have that. And it's just,
I'm hoping that next generation is CPUs where we see a big jump.
That's where the jump needs to happen, but I don't think the jump is actually going to be that huge from this generation to next generation. I don't think the gap is going to be that huge. Sure, they should be able to hit 60 frames per second. They should have the CPU should receive a crazy boost.
Well, that's the biggest thing.
I just don't think it's going to. I just don't think the gap's going to be that large, man. I really don't. That's why I think it's going to be more this incremental stuff. Even with the PS5, I don't think it's going to be that much huge of a leap, and that's why I think backwards compatibility is going to be important. All right, so
I think the PS5 just come out and say we're hitting like son of what Microsoft said, but didn't really do. We're just doing flat across the board 4K native, done. Like, all games are going to run in 4K, and then they could do that. Just have the overhead to do it, but I don't know.
Yeah, they need something. They need something.
That's the next step. Is that just flat out 4K where all games run in 4K? There's no compromising where it's up to the developer to choose whether they want to run it at 1822 or something like that. Like, the power's enough, the overhead's enough for them just to run a flat out 4K.
We'll see.
And that's the next gen.
All right. Last topic of the night. Before I let you guys go.
Damn, it's over already. It seems like all I've been hearing is Jazz talking.
Hey, man.
Talk
it up, man.
Jesus. I ain't got no. Go ahead, Smooth. Last topic. Go ahead, Smooth. God.
Smooth, I found out what's wrong. You don't have topics. Hard 8 needs topics, man. He needs a structure.
Jesus. Go ahead, Smooth. You got it.
He needs structure, man. Give him some topics.
I like the freelance mode. And
freelance mode, I go on rants, and people don't like that. So
I'm probably the smartest idiot you ever came across. All right, so Phil Spencer, like during the launch of the Xbox, I think he was talking to was it CNET or something like that, or one of the business channel. And they were talking about how they want to invest more into first party, and they want to do that by either opening new studios or acquiring them. And Jez, even though you just talked to
no, I'm not talking, man.
Is it freelance or free form? I think it's free form, right?
Freelance and free form. This one, man.
Free form.
Okay, free form. Okay.
Hold on, we heard this all. We heard this all before.
Guest, man. He's our special guest. Get on there.
We heard this all before, man. Smooth. It's funny, Smooth, that one topic you ain't bring up, and I think I know why.
Why?
I'm surprised you ain't bring up that 80,000 sold in the UK.
Oh, I thought he was gonna bring that up.
Why you ducking that? Because you made a video about it and you was all hyped. I feel like I wasn't ducking that.
I was being
ducking that. Nah, you're ducking that because of them Japan numbers came out, and you don't want to offset the celebration.
What about those Japan numbers?
Because you ran and made a video about that 80,000. You was proclaiming victory and people are eating crow and all that. But then
Blackbond wants to jump in, Smooth.
Yeah, I see Blackbond wants to jump in.
He heard sales numbers. He wants to talk sales.
When them Japan numbers jumped in, now you're humble. Now you want to be quiet. It brought you back to reality now.
No, the Japan number has nothing to do with what I feel. Because I even said in my I even said in my video. Hold on, let me get. I even said it in my video that Japan ain't doing much. I was like, ain't nothing selling in Japan unless you're this or
but
that.
the fact is, you made a video.
Numbers even came out, and I said that. So I mean,
you made a video about that 80,000. You was talking about it's going to win November. Everybody eating crow, blah blah blah. But when you seen them Japan numbers today, you decided to leave that topic off the board.
No, it's in the headline. I almost forgot to talk about. Thanks for reminding me.
You didn't forget to talk about shit.
Wait, so you saying that Microsoft is the Xbox is gonna win NPDs? You talking about just for North America? You talking about worldwide? North America
is only NPDs, but I felt like the UK was a good sign of showing that. So,
I mean, if you're talking about worldwide sales, we already know who's.
I never mentioned worldwide. Worldwide is not something I talk about.
Microsoft never won worldwide, so you might as well.
Right. If we're talking about North America, I think they'll be close, but I don't know if they're gonna win. Because Nintendo, Mario, that Switch is off. It's flying off the shelf, man. Mario's selling numbers,
and they're in stock too.
Yeah, they're in stock. Well, I mean, I'm curious to see. I'm curious. Welcome, Black Wand.
Well, quick question before you continue. Have you played PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds?
I already explained why I voted.
No, you might as well wait. He getting brought up on charges on Sunday.
Because I just see that you voted for Game of the Year. I'm pretty sure you have not played that game.
No, I have not played it, but it was my internet right to vote for it, and so they gave me that right, so I exercised it.
Hey, Bon, hold up. We're gonna say that for Sunday because you got a Star Wars Battlefront II player in here that act like he don't know what's going on.
It's not me.
I got it.
Like he don't know what's going on. He don't want to know what's going on.
Why would you buy that game?
Oh, man. Play it.
Right now is like the one time gamers need to stick together.
Yeah.
Man, I just want to play fucking games. I want to play the game. Like
you're a slave to the machine. That's what you are.
You know what? I totally agree. This is the one time. This is the
one time that everybody needs to shut up and band together.
Yes, I totally agree.
Most negative voted thing on Reddit. We got him right where we want him, and you went out and bought that game.
Just like Kid Smooth's PUBG vote. I'm just one person.
Kid Smooth didn't sell out like you did.
I didn't sell it. I didn't even know what the hell they were talking about.
You sold out, dog.
Man, I bought it.
I want to play Star Wars Battlefront.
Yeah, I do too, bro.
I want to play it too on the trial. I want to play it, but I got to stick with the gamers.
Yeah, like
right.
Well, you're playing on the trial, so at least you're getting your fix in.
You're not.
That ain't enough. I'm trying to really get into the game. But
you're even giving EA. You're even giving EA money for EA access, so you're supporting EA that way.
No, we're talking about this game in particular. This game needs to die. This game needs to be boycotted. Nobody needs to buy this game. This game in no way, shape, or form should be supported. Period.
And I want to play the motherfucker. And
I do too, but on principle.
But the changes are coming. As soon as they meet our demands, then we'll all get on it.
We got Reddit, we got Twitter, like this is for real. Like fuck all the fanboy stuff and the corporate slaving and the console wars.
They're already making changes, and there's more changes on the way. So once our demands are all met, then I'll get on it.
That's exactly how I feel. I really hope the game bombs or sells significantly less than they've projected it to. I really hope. I mean, even if it does sell, this game is the most biggest and blackest mark on that company in its history of existence.
Listen, I said if I see the people standing up and the change is happening, I'm riding with the people. Even if I don't have a problem with loot boxes, I'm still going to stick with the gamers always. Fuck these companies. If the gamers are really coming together and shit is happening, I'm riding with the gamers. And I really want to play the game. Y'all already know Star Wars Battlefront 1 was my game of the year. So I want to play this.
And what's crazy is you just bought that game because you wanted to play. It wasn't like you were trying to protect your meal ticket like BG. BG don't want to be risking, giving up some of them handouts he getting.
I've been having a blast on the trial, so I really want to play this shit. But whatever.
You know what happens if BG starts tweeting out some negative stuff for making him? They're going to Colin Kaepernick his ass. They ain't gonna get no games anymore.
Crazy.
Wait, did BG get it free?
No, I'm just saying, he got Call of Duty. But, if he starts going against these big companies, going against booty boxes and all these other things.
Oh God.
They ain't gonna be good.
BG bought it and Jimmy, I think.
Yeah, I had to I canceled my shit.
Yeah,
Like
I can't
just
mess
put
with
the
it.
money back in my account. So
Nah,
I really
people
did
are
want to
hot,
finish
man.
that campaign too. So but
Like, really, you can't call yourself a gamer and buy that game. I'm sorry.
What?
I'm just going. Yeah, Jazz, you heard him.
Just
You heard him.
Yourself a
I
gamer.
fucking call myself whatever I damn well please.
I mean, shit.
I'm a fucking gamer. I play the game. I don't have time to.
You might as well be a black man in the KKK.
Oh God.
What, for fucking loot boxes?
You Clinton Bigsby. You Uncle Ruckus.
Yeah, for loot boxes, man.
It's a play to win model, man. It's play to win.
Like if they just had like cosmetic loot boxes.
Well,
and
are
wanted
you
to make
that?
money on
Well,
skins,
let me ask you
fine.
something. Are you that competitive in the game that if somebody
It doesn't.
Hey, what else
Yeah.
multiplayer for?
are
If
you
it ruins my
want
game
something?
experience, then yes, I would say.
I
yes.
haven't seen it ruin my game experience yet.
Until some little kid takes his mom's credit card and has
Yeah,
like
and the
100%
little kid who
damage
ran
reduction.
around with a knife in Call of Duty and just killed everybody. Was fun.
That's completely different.
But I'm just saying, people are gonna manipulate the games what they want to get to the advantage.
No, manipulating the game within the game is one thing. Manipulating the game by spending money is another thing. You saw
but it's within the game. So like if they
no, you're
it's
using,
within the game of the loot boxes.
Outside income.
Exactly.
to
I'm not
affect the
defending
game.
loot boxes, but the thing is that it is random. So the person who pays all the money to get the loot boxes, did you see?
Look, anybody can run around
where the guy spent $100 or $1,000 and he really didn't get that much out of the
On what game?
on Shadow of War with the loot box.
This ain't Shadow of War. This ain't Shadow of War.
No, but I'm saying that it's random though. Like it's
Nah, you can't put that on
just
this.
because you spend more money, you'll get a better chance of
Nah, it's already been
crap.
proven that spending money on Star Wars is going to get you a win. It's going to get you better equipment, period.
And bottom line is
No,
this.
it's not. It's random loot. It's random.
You
loot
get
box.
crafting parts where you can craft your own things.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
craft
but
your own.
you can't craft their boosts. I thought you can only craft their weapons.
But that's you talking about heroes. What about everything else?
Bottom line
have
is,
it up right now.
Anybody can run around with a knife and stab somebody in Call of Duty. Not everybody can drop hundreds of dollars to buy loot crates. You're killing and poisoning the game by supporting that trash. I can't understand how anybody would want to.
Well, we already know some people was going to support it, so it is what it is.
I want to play the game, but I'm not buying it
that much though, man. Like I didn't follow it that much.
I mean, you couldn't even just wait to buy. You couldn't just like wait like at least a month so they feel that hurt, or at least buy it used. Like you had to go out and day one it. Hold on, you didn't even day one. You spent $80 on that, didn't you?
I used my 20% off at Best Buy.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay.
So all this shit going on with Star Wars, you just ain't paid no attention to it.
No, I didn't see it. No, man, I didn't.
Yeah,
I really
you ain't want to. It ain't no way you could have missed it.
No, it's not that I'm not no bias like that. I'm not no fucking Star Wars fanboy that I just didn't like. I tuned it out. I just didn't really catch on to it.
Hold on, so you don't frequent like gaming websites? How did you miss it?
Like that?
Yeah, that's been a big topic.
Explain to me what the problem is.
It's pay to win.
Pay to win.
That's the problem. Yeah.
So hold on, if you want a podcast, but you're just uninformed about the biggest disaster like in the history of gaming.
Pay to win. Man, I'm looking at it right now. I said I if you listen early on, I said that there's issues with it, but I just want to play it, man. That's about it.
I know you sold out. You sold out to the man. Remember when The Rock joined the corporation? Yeah, but you're just not the champion. You're just the corporate chump.
That's it.
Not gonna lie, I got nothing against you personally, but like anybody who buys this game, like I can't have respect for them.
That's good, man. Go sit and boycott and watch your TV, man.
I don't play COD.
Go ahead and get a refund, man. Get a refund. Tell things.
Yeah, return that shit. You know what? That's exactly what you should do. Refund that game until shit blows over. That's exactly what you should do. You can still redeem yourself.
Right now, we're trying to get our demands met, and people like you is making it hard on us.
All right, sorry, man. I'll bring you demands. So I'll return it. Yeah.
I mean, we're not saying don't play it forever.
You want a fair game online, right? You want a fair chance at winning online, right? You're not going to have that when people start buying shit.
We're not saying don't play the game forever, but we're saying like at least hold off until we get this shit sorted.
Well, I saw that they lowered the price of the guys, right? Well, Luke Skywalker, they dropped.
Well, that's one small.
See, they shouldn't even be dropping the price. There should be no price attached to them.
Well, there's no price. They're credits. They're points.
But you can still buy them, though.
Like this, like if the game, don't get me wrong, if this game was free, if it didn't have a $60 price of entry, I'd have no problem with this. None at all.
That's the thing. They
I see what you mean.
free to
Yeah.
play. Yeah, it's free to play, but they charging $60.
They're taking their cake and eating it too.
They're applying a freemium cell phone model to a $60 and sometimes even $80 game.
Yeah, and I what happened? $80 version.
EA was like, yeah, we're gonna take away the season pass, but y'all motherfuckers gonna pay for that shit in the end. We ain't looking out for y'all like that.
So did you hear what they did? By when they reduced the cost of the hero characters, they also reduced the amount of credits you got for beating the campaign.
Oh, wow!
From 20,000 to 5,000.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, they reduced the cost of heroes by 75%, but they also reduced how much you get for beating the campaign by 75%.
Make sure that you still will probably end up spending money because it still takes about 9 hours just to get one character, and that's if you don't spend nothing on nothing else.
Oh, and they also implemented that you can only gain so many points in arcade mode per day.
Yeah, that's another free to play. That's another free to play thing they got going on.
It's so much for the refund option they disabled.
Well, no, it's there. You can refund.
Okay, I'm about to say I thought they because I know it wasn't like other consoles like PlayStation. I think Xbox you can override it, but I didn't know if that was just on PC. But
yeah, like, I still can't believe BG's just buying this game. That's some fuck shit to me, to be honest. Like, it's crazy.
You making a video or no?
Or you going Boycott Weapon Wheel this week?
When's this game come out officially?
It's out.
It's out.
Oh yeah,
yesterday.
This weekend, I'm already counting up my Calapes list. The infinite Calape. Everybody's getting roasted. I mean, you know what's crazy about BG buying this game too? Don't act like he doesn't have a huge. What the fuck is he fucking this fat bitch in Wolfenstein?
Oh God, you got to that part.
Jesus. That's the most stereotypical black shit ever in a game. I'm sorry.
Spoiler alert.
Anyway,
oh my God.
Anyway, what was I saying? Before my mind was just destroyed.
Something about BG.
Oh yeah, like BG is like, oh, there's nothing to play. Like he don't got a huge backlog with Zelda and Persona and a bunch of other games to play.
He's still playing Assassin's Creed. He ain't beat
that. So I don't know why he goes out and buys this game day one.
Wow.
Now, I'm gonna wait till the demand's met and I'll get on it.
I mean, I want to play it, but I'm kind of in the same boat. I refuse to deal with all the stuff that EA is doing. I think it's bad business practice, and all it does is it allows other companies to come in there and say, you know what, we can do it too since they did it because the consumer is gonna support them. So why can't we do it? I mean, Ubisoft is known for doing stuff like that because they've watched EA, they watch Activision, and so those are three companies that kind of they have bad business practices, and some of their games are really great, but it's just like I agree with Hard 8 and I agree with Bond. Like sometimes we got to take a stand and step back and say, you know what, I can't support this because it's not good for me as a gamer. But I totally think that the casual guy or girl is going to buy this game and it's going to sell well regardless. I do think that.
Yeah, and that's we'll see because there with the public reaction to this, changes are being made, but the thing is what's being done on Reddit, what's being done on Twitter, it's like every feed, like there's people talking about this that I didn't think that would be talking about it. Like what's this dude, the dude from Digital Foundry? With his complaint of it, hell, I don't even know if they're going to freaking analyze a game. like that's going to be.
It's already creeping up into reviews too. Reviews,
are
that as well.
It got a 6 with a 6 from GameSpot and 7 from IGN, and the negatives are all centered around their fucking loot rates. That's crazy.
It's like, don't act like all these other developers and bean counters aren't watching the situation closely. They're watching EA and letting EA take the fucking bullet, seeing just exactly how sweet we are and how much they can get us.
Right. Totally agree.
All these other companies are watching. They want like, damn, let's see how much EA can push them. And if we push back hard enough, then everybody's like, look at Blizzard. Blizzard is the fucking heroes of gaming right now. And what's crazy about Blizzard is like, it's Activision Blizzard, but Blizzard's so powerful. Oh, they work autonomously, and they just said, "Fuck Activision, we're going against the booty crates."
I do have a question since Bond and Hard Eight are in here, because I know you mentioned next gen consoles, and my question was, do you think next gen consoles, as far as like GPU, you think it'd be on the level of like a GTX 1080, or you think it'd be not even that level?
It could be, but whatever comes out on console, the PC's gonna lap it.
Right, but what I'm saying is, I guess what I'm saying is, like, if the console level, as far as the GPU, we know CPU is where it's lacking, but GPU, GX, let's just say a 1080, shouldn't all our games, even if they're not running in 4K and they're running at 1440p and they're doing whatever resolution, shouldn't they be 60 frames standard?
We don't know. They could come out with Unreal Engine 5, and games get more demanding as time goes on.
Yeah, okay.
Games just don't stay the same level of quality. Like, yeah, if we kept the same graphics forever, then yeah, it'd be better. But that's what I'm saying. Like, towards the end of generations, resolutions and frame rates go down because we're trying to put so much more into games before new consoles come.
True. I just figured next gen would be such a dramatic jump, as far as GPU and CPU, that we would say, okay, this is the standard 4K. We can run games at 30 and 60 4K standard.
I don't think 60 is ever going to be a standard on console.
No, I agree with you. I'm just wondering, like, at least, if they're like, I got, like the Xbox One X, like, I have games and I'm like, okay, with all this power they say they have, like, I should be able to run anything that doesn't have a locked frame rate. If it's 30, I should be able to run it at, the highest, I should be able to run it at 60.
The highest frame rates, the highest pixels. Yeah, I hear you.
Right, but it's not happening.
That's what I was told from a company too, but they lied to me.
Right. That's why I'm wondering, with next gen, will that be the standard? They say, hey, all your games that are backward compatible on the PS4 and Xbox One.
Doubt it.
Whatever. Yeah. Just a thought.
Because whatever the consoles do, the PC is going to do better. So the consoles, to stay relevant, have to run at lower frames.
Makes sense.
I mean, it'd be nice if they could even next gen give us a 1080p 60 option, but we'll see.
I wish they could.
I mean, damn, I got a Switch. I still got no games for that bitch.
You didn't get Mario? Oh, you don't. Wait a minute. You don't like Mario?
I like Mario, but like, am I really paying $60 for a game I'll beat in a day? Let's see, Dr. Trey beat that game.
Oh God. Oh God. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I know Mario to me was, I guess I thought it was worth $60. Is it nostalgia? Maybe, because it reminded me so much of Mario 64, but I thought it was worth the price. And my honest feeling is, like, I don't really want to spend $60 on a cartridge, but I felt like in the end, like, okay, I got what I paid for. There was a lot of replay value in it. But yeah, I kind of see where you're coming from. It was a good.
Don't you guys do the Best Buy thing? You don't do the Best Buy 20% off?
Yeah, I do the Best Buy thing.
That's why I do all the Switch physical games.
Yeah,
because I'm not paying $60 for those games either. I'm going to pay 20% off for them.
Yeah, and I kind of see what you said.
Crazy. A doctor told me that I won't play Doom on the Switch because I've trained myself not to like it.
No, I won't play it on the Switch. I own the PS4. There's no way.
I didn't think I needed training to not want to play games at 600p at 25 frames at lower than low settings.
Right. I feel you. I mean, but a lot of the Switch games, even though the resolution is not there, they are running at 60 frames. I mean, except for Doom. Doom is just, there's no way I would play Doom on the Switch when I have it on the PS4 already. I mean, I just couldn't see myself doing it.
Doom has already shown the limitations of the console, to be honest.
Right.
I mean, Doom's not even hard. Did you have Doom on PC?
Yeah, I beat it on PC.
Yeah, it's not a demanding game, and the fact that the Switch is struggling with that just pretty much tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, I agree. Well, Hard, you did say, I think I was listening to Weapon when you did say, if you had a PC, if I'm not mistaken, that you wouldn't buy an Xbox One X at the time, right?
Have a PC,
right? So, because that's my whole thing with Xbox, and I think that's for me is like, even though I have a big library, because of the Play Anywhere, it's like if I had a PC that was built and was powerful enough, would I really need an Xbox One X? No, I really wouldn't. I would just play all my games on the PC, and I would just own my PS4 for whatever first party titles they had, because there again I would play everything on the PC. There was third party because it would be better. But I don't have a PC that's powerful enough, so I just play everything on Xbox One X, PS4, and Switch. Which Switch is like their first party titles here and there, and then it's the same with the X. I'm kind of like, I'm waiting for first party titles to come out, and I'm just replaying some of the old titles I have, and backward compatible stuff.
All right, Smooth, wrap it up.
Yeah, I think Smooth actually left. I think he fell asleep.
Nah, he on Twitter fighting this shit.
Smooth. Can you stop being an Xbox for once and start fighting against the God.
I made a video about
Microsoft
Smooth.
Don't care about you.
I made a videos about Smooth. I say he's a good guy. He's just kind of sometimes off his rocker. He goes to the extreme.
Like, look.
He just needs to let that stuff go sometimes.
Now,
he's
be
a good
honest,
guy.
Hard Eight. Be honest right here. I'm about to ask you. If Microsoft was like, you know what? You start acting like Smooth, we'll send you one of them care packages with the X and 20 games. Would you do it?
No.
I probably would, but bottom line is I ain't doing it.
For how long? Hold on. How long would I have to act like Smooth?
I don't know, but bottom line is what I'm saying is I wouldn't be doing it for free.
Oh no, no, not at all.
Wait, Smooth does own a PS4, right?
He on Twitch. He on Twitter arguing right now. He ain't even got control of his podcast.
With who? Who's he arguing with?
Just random people. Like they getting at him for picking PUBG for Game of the Year when he never played it.
Yeah, I just didn't see myself picking PUBG because it's an early access game. I don't see why that game is even in the nominees.
I see if you played it and you enjoyed it, but he didn't do it.
I just don't agree that it should be even nominated. Like
now he complaining
it's early access.
That's a PC exclusive right now too, because it's not even on Xbox. It's got nominated for.
Yeah, you don't know it's gonna run on Xbox.
And by the time it comes out, by the time the Game Awards finishes, it'll be known as a PC exclusive, not an Xbox one.
Where the hell is Smooth at?
He really left the
podcast, dog. Now he's complaining about his internet.
Uh-oh.
Seems to be working fine for us.
This man, dog. I'm about to get up out of here. Thanks everybody for coming out.
I appreciate it.
Hey, ain't you a co-host, Jazz?
Me? No, man. I'm a sellout. I'm an EA fucking fanboy.
I'm
going to GameStop tomorrow, man.
Oh,
yo, what the fuck, man? I didn't know I was gonna get fucking attacked for playing a Star Wars game. I even fucking said, Kid Spoon, invite Black Bond in. I listen to his ass sometimes. He fucking comes in here and fucking rants on me because it's Star Wars. What the fuck?
Yo, this is crazy. Smooth
nice meeting you, man. Get fucking out of here. I can't spend my money on this shit. I'll go complain too. I'll play fucking Star Wars and I'll complain on EA. I'll do both.
Why would they care at your complaint? You gave them your money.
They already got your money.
Oh yeah, they got my fucking